What's up, everybody? It's your boy Sehatha, the Blind Seer, all-purpose oracle, medium at large, and prognosticator extraordinaire. Here to break you off another round of my elemental sign readings. We're going to do fire signs in this one. Going to go ahead and dive right in. Got a lot of videos to get through tonight. Just celebrated my 23rd video special with Discordian Special Edition, since 23 is a holy number in Discordianism, so please be sure to check that out if you were a fan of me or Discordianism or the number 23, or especially if you like Vermin Supreme. So, you know, that was just a little fun random thing. We're going to get back into our weekly routine now. Got a new random readings video up by the time you'll see this. Thank you guys so much for all the donations and the readings that you bought last week. You were amazing. That was so helpful to me. That's why last week's videos were a little better than they have been, because you guys, you made it possible for me to put my full attention into doing a good job on this, and I can't thank you enough for that, because with your help, I was able to take care of all of my concerns that needed my attention, so that I didn't have anything but this to worry about. And that is amazing. Thank you guys so much for that. Please keep it up. I don't want to have to do anything else. I love this job. I love being able to help people with and doing what I love for a living. So I can't do that without you, and I really appreciate your support. Please don't stop now. This is just getting good. Collapse deck down to its singular waveform. Polarize the cards. And now we begin, like always, with a choice. And since I can't make the choice for you, we are pendulum. Notes, and what we want here is whatever reading will be the most beneficial for the fire signs in the audience, the fire signs in the lives of anyone watching, and everyone involved. Straight over to the left. Lots of energy on that one. We're gonna get some good readings this time around, so let's jump right in. We'll do Aries first. Aries has the Three of Wands inverted, so you're at sort of a standstill. You're not experiencing any kind of spiritual growth right now. The Ten of Cups shows that you've got some emotional energy that is coming up and taking over all of your manifestation power at the moment. You're not growing spiritually, and you're not getting farther along in your path because your emotional energy is what's manifesting right now, and it's taking up all of your capacity. You have the Two of Swords, so you have a decision to make, Aries. Whatever has got you so emotional, it's going to impede your progress, so you have to decide whether it's worth that. You may be in your feelings right now, you may be upset, you may even deserve to feel that way. I'm not saying that you're wrong necessarily, I'm not saying that you're right either, but whatever the situation is, what it boils down to is that you can choose to indulge in this emotional upheaval of whatever kind. Yeah, I mean, usually a lot of times the Ten of Swords would read, or the Ten of Cups would read as like joy and abundance and stuff like that. But I'm thinking, what with the spiritual growth being cut off, that this is more about manifesting emotional energy than it is about abundance or joy. And I feel like something has upset you, something has hurt your feelings or something, and you're letting your emotional energy take over. You're kind of getting carried away, and you need to choose whether that is worth stepping off the path for, because it's going to impede your growth. It's not going to get you any further along towards your goal. It's just going to be cathartic in the moment. So you have the choice between like what feels good right now or what will be genuinely beneficial later. hope that's helpful, Aries. No, that wasn't super clear. I don't want to be too specific because I want it to be able to help as many people as it can. So I wish you the best of luck with whatever you've got going on, Aries. Just decide what's more important, your progress or your progress or your pride. That's a good way to put it. Decide which is more important, Aries, your progress or your pride. And like I always say, if you put your pride in a sack, it's worth the sack. So maybe choose progress. I mean, I would. All right, we're going to go ahead to Leo now and moving right along. Leo, death inverted. There's a change, Leo, that you are supposed to be undergoing, but you are resisting. Death represents transformation, new beginnings. It's not death in the sense of morbidity and mortality, although that is there. It's in more of a pagan sense, where it's a period of transformation and transition. Like the famous quote from Albert Einstein, that energy can neither be created nor destroyed. It merely changes forms. That's a pretty good summation of the pagan view of the concept of death. That it's not an end or a beginning, it's both, because it's a transition from one phase or one form into another. So right now there's a transformation, Leo, that you're supposed to be undergoing that is not taking place, and let's find out why. The Knight of Cups and the Five of Cups. Okay, Leo, this makes a little more sense now. There's a change, a transformation that you're undergoing, Leo, and you're not too happy about it. You're not really willing to go through it. It's not something that you want to get into because it's bringing up a lot of emotions that you're not really comfortable dealing with, and you are fighting that with everything you have. Five of Cups represents emotional conflict, arguments, lovers, quarrels, that sort of thing. But in this case, I'm pretty sure it's telling us that you are fighting with these new feelings about this transformation. Maybe it's a version of yourself that you don't want to admit. Leos tend to be very prideful. It's not a judgment. Once again, I have to be really careful what I say about Leos because I'm not your guys' biggest fan. I'm an Aquarius. We are polar opposites. We don't generally get along, but I try not to put that personal bias in my readings. So Leo, you tend to be a little prideful. You tend to have a certain self-image that you like to present, and that may be a part of what's coming in to play here. Maybe this new version of yourself that you're transitioning into is something, I don't know, less flattering, a little less grandiose than you would like to present yourself as. That sounds condescending. I don't want to say it that way. But whatever it is, it's a transition into something that you don't really feel comfortable transitioning into. And those emotions that you're feeling are what's making you fight this. When really there's nothing that you can do about it, Leo, which comes into that pridefulness and that sort of, I guess, arrogant would be the word, but that sounds really harsh. But Leos like to be in control. They like to be the ones running things, and whenever a Leo doesn't have power over something, that can trigger some pretty unpleasant emotional reactions. And it's a complicated situation for you, Leo. I'd actually truly sympathize, because not only is it putting your self-image into question in a way that's making you pretty uncomfortable, there's not a lot you can do about it. So there's that extra level of not being in charge and in control of this. But you can either make the change or you can be made to change. Like I say all the time, you can walk down the stairs or the universe can push you, but one way or another you're going to the bottom of those stairs. So you may not enjoy what this transition is leading to, or you may find it's not as bad as you thought it was. Whatever is going on, you don't really have a lot of control here, Leo. It's going to happen. We change whether we want to or not. In fact, change is the only constant in the universe. So You can fight it all you want, but in the end, it's going to happen whether you like it or not. This is really outside of your control. It's out of your hands. So, you know, save yourself the trouble and just let things change. You may not be totally happy about it, but, you know, there's nothing saying that you can't change again. Like I said, change is the only constant. You can never step in the same river twice. The water is always flowing. So, you know, if you don't like the way things change this time, just change them again. I feel like maybe that's the best advice I can give here. I wish you the best of luck, Leo. It sounds like you got something heavy going on, and maybe there's some things that you're going to have to admit about yourself that you don't want to, and nobody enjoys that, and you do genuinely have my sympathy. I hope that was helpful. I really do wish you the best. I'm going to move on now to Sagittarius. Okay, for Sagittarius, we have Judgment inverted. Not seeing things very clearly at the moment, Sagittarius. Not making good decisions. Things are kind of getting in your way. Things aren't working out the way that you had hoped they would. That seems to be a common theme for Sagittarius for the last few weeks that I've been doing this. So you guys not having a real good run of things. Having some doubts and some loneliness, some questionable decisions. I really do feel for you, Sagittarius. It sounds like a really bad position to be in. The King of Wands also inverted, so this represents like something that's run its course, something like a spiritual philosophy, a relationship, a fling. Well, not really a relationship, more of a fling, something that was real fiery and hot and heavy, but then died off quickly and kind of just burnt itself out. It can also, like, it can represent a male figure of maybe questionable character. Usually, like, the Emperor inverted will be like questionable reputation. This would be like somebody with a bad heart, somebody that's just rotten on the inside. There's like toxic soul energy. Whatever it is, you've had some problems seeing things for the way they are. You had some issues with your decision making. Your judgment seems to be in doubt, and something's come to a close that you're just not ready to let go of. King of Cups also inverted. So what I'm seeing here is that your lack of decision making on this fiery, passionate energy coming to a close is going to start draining your emotional energy. The passion's already gone, and that's one thing, but soon the heart's going to be out of it too, and it's going to start to feel bad, and whatever doubts that you're having, they're not going to get any better. It seems like things have just kind of run their course, Sagittarius. I don't really know what to say other than that. You know, you have like the fire and the passion and the soul energy has run out. The emotional fulfillment, the gratification, the good feelings, that's come to an end as well. So there's really not much left here to work with, Sagittarius. I don't understand what you see that feels like it's worth keeping around for, but you're going to have to make a judgment call. You're going to have to decide sooner or later that this has run its course and that there is nothing here to offer you. These two cards inverted show that everything has come to a close. So whatever it is you've been struggling with all this time, Sagittarius, it seems like it's finally come to its end, and it's time to admit that. And I wish you the best of luck with whatever you guys have going on. I don't think I can do anything more with these cards. It just, whatever you got going on, it's done. There's no sense to keep trying. You can't fix something that's ruined beyond all repair. You know, if this is another person, this person's energy is toxic. down to the core, you're not going to fix it. You're not going to make it better. If this is some sort of like spiritual, emotional crisis that you're going through, you're not going to be able to resolve it. It's whatever was there is gone now. It's all used up and it's not coming back. So it's reached its conclusion, and it's time to be honest about that and admit it to yourself. I wish you the best of luck, Sagittarius, all my fire signs. I think that's the best I can do for this video. I'm going to call it quits here. Thank you guys so much for all the donations, for buying readings, for all the love that I get on social media. Please keep it up. Please keep it going. This is the greatest job that anyone could ever hope for. I love that I get to do this, and I cannot do that without you guys and your support. So you guys are the real superheroes here. No matter what I do, it doesn't matter if there's nobody tuning in and nobody supporting my endeavors in this. So thank you guys so much for all of the love, all the support, all the financial support especially. You are amazing. You are the whole reason that any of this is possible, and I cannot thank you enough for that. Please check me out on Facebook or Twitter at Real Blind Seer, Blind Seer Official on Instagram. You can hit up my website. Links are down in the description. Please hit the like button. Please give me a subscribe if you haven't already. You know, every bit of that helps, even if you can't send a little money or buy a reading. You know, the likes, the shares, especially shares, the more you can get me out to more people, the better I do. The likes, the comments, the shares, the recommendations, all of that, I really appreciate it. Every bit of it helps. Thank you guys so much. Thank you for tuning in, and I hope I will see you next time.